Archer and the Devil.
Start the podcast.
Well, welcome to Archer and the Devil, episode 12. He is Archer, I am the Devil. Excuse our fuckery here. We're doing this live here. I'm recording it as normal there. Jake is just trying to share it on his iPad, but is having difficulties because he's a bit special.
It's because I'm on the iPad.
Right, okay. So yeah, the whole
we're good.
If the sound isn't great, we've been fucking around with it. They've been fucking around with it for longer because I was late.
We didn't have the delivery that we was waiting for, so therefore the correct apparatus did not turn up.
So this is why it's now 6:12 and we're 12 minutes late.
Yes.
And why we probably sound like bullshit. But this is available on
everything as usual
after the live. So the live is only on Facebook, and after that we'll be on all platforms once more. So how's it going?
I am good. How is your weekend? No, not even your weekend. How was?
It's been 2 weeks.
So we're now 2 weeks since the last one.
Yep.
Has it?
Yep.
Okay, so how has your last 2 weeks and possibly the first 2 weeks out of... Are we out of lockdown yet?
Ish.
Okay, so out of the higher level
It's been
of lockdown.
Fucking tits.
The pubs are back open.
Pubs are back open.
I haven't been.
I have. Shock. No, honestly, I've had a really, really good 2 weeks. Last weekend especially was fucking awesome. I did go to the pub on Wednesday. Pub's opening on Saturday. I wasn't going to go the first night.
No. Did you know anyone that went? Was it mental?
No. But I've spoken to the guy who runs the pub, the Peel, that I went to, and he said, I mean, that pub is what you call the old man pub.
The old man pub, yeah.
Whenever I go in there, it's like, oh, the old man pub.
Yeah.
He said it was all right in there, but I've heard and seen videos of the rest of Tamworth.
The whole country has seen videos from Tamworth because it made national news.
There was one pub called the Three Tons.
Let's not discuss what
I drove past at 6 o'clock and you could tell it was going that way.
Yeah.
And then all shit kicked off. I walked past the pub earlier and was talking to a doorman I know there, and he said on Thursday night there was a fight of like 50 people in there.
Jesus Christ.
So it's like people have just forgotten bar etiquette and what alcohol does to you and just became more assholey.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not like that every other weekend.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what, I don't understand how people have come out of lockdown and it's almost like they've got all this pent-up aggression and just exhausted it.
Do you think that's what it is? Yeah, just like pent-up aggression, frustration.
I think it's
fuck the system.
People are just dicks. I think that's what it is.
That's what I don't get. Like, I don't know if we discussed this last time. Like, they've put all these. Like, I went to a car dealership yesterday with my dad. My dad's looking for a new car, so we went for a test drive. And there was you had to book the test drive. When you got there was a one-way system.
Yeah,
so you walked in one door. You walked around the showroom, you walked out the other door. The waiting room, there was chairs with tape around them for where the chairs go.
Yeah.
When you spoke to the salesman, you had to sit 2 meters behind his desk on separate chairs. They can't come out with the test drive with you because they can't be in the car with you. All that sort of stuff. So you're thinking they've put all these plans in place, they've put all these plans in place in the pub, forgetting that there's also beer in the pubs. Yeah. And so that's what's causing
I went to the
trouble.
pub on Wednesday with my mate Jenk, and obviously it's been 3.5 months. And when we went, I'm not going to lie, I was very excited.
As so excited as me for Greg's, or like on 0 to Greg's level, on par?
I'm probably a 7. No, we met up before. He messaged me that day saying pub, and I was like, yeah, cool. My plan was to have a couple of pints of Guinness because I missed Guinness on draft and then go home. But I walked down just in case, which was a smart move because we were there until they closed the pub. So we got there at 2 o'clock. You have to ring a bell. They let you in. You put your name and your phone number down. They have a one-way system. You sit down so you can't go to the bar anymore. When they bring you your beer, you have to take it off the tray. They don't hand it to you. If you pay by cash, you put the cash in the tray.
It's madness.
They take it away. They come back with the change. Inside the pub, it is that. You stay in your fucking seat the entire time. When you go outside to smoke, it's a free-for-all.
Really?
Yeah, like literally. Because there was me.
So it's kind of pointless.
Yeah. Once you're outside, they can't really police it. Like I went to the pub earlier and there was like 6 of us at the bar. And they were like, are you all paying separately? And like 3 of them like, no, we're paying together. It's like, well, can 2 of you wait outside then? Because we were going outside anyway. Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult to police in pubs because, like you said, alcohol. But not even that. It's just because no one's wearing masks and no one's... It's like you've already accepted the fact that I'm in a pub. So fuck it.
So shit's going to happen regardless.
So when you go in there and you have just like that whole... However many years you've been going to pubs for, you have that standard practice of this is how I go to a pub.
Yeah.
And it's you fall back into it very fucking quickly. Especially if you're with your mates and stuff like that, because you're just not thinking about it. Like I went to a restaurant, like a cafe thing on Sunday last week, and they had like a one-way system. You do feel like a bit of a prick because they've all got their PPE on. So they had their big mask on, and I was like, I feel like a dickhead because I'm just like...
Not.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. But once I'm back at work in the pub, that will be me on the other side of it, so that made me feel a bit better about it.
Yeah, I just think it's... I mean, your pub hasn't opened back up, has it?
Still not happened, yeah.
Just for that reason, because of the drama. Because yours is a club rather than a pub.
It is more of a nightclub. I think that's why, because when people come and it's live music is dancing and stuff like that, when people realise they can't do that, they'll probably stop coming.
And I would imagine also they're going to be drunk before they get to you,
yeah,
really.
Well, my bar doesn't close till 6 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays either. So trying to keep people who have been in there for 4 or 5 hours...
away from each other, not
when they're
dancing.
drunk and haven't seen their friends for months and stuff like that.
I've got a few friends in Florida, and they work in pubs and bars. And one of them, my friend, she works in a strip club. They reopened, I think, a month ago. And my mate's also got a bar in Vegas, the one that you was on about last time.
The greatest of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
They reopened as pubs, bars, clubs, whatever. They've all now had to close again.
Yeah.
But her strip club has opened as a juice bar.
Oh, really?
So they can reopen as a juice bar, but not as a pub.
Yeah, my friend in Portland said to me that the strip clubs have opened there as well. There's new ones as well. Like there's just new ones have opened. I noticed a couple of pubs in our town have closed. Walking through earlier, I think it is. Well, there's pubs that have been closing down that have opened because they've had customers call in and say, "I found out I've got COVID after." So this was after the first week. I think 3. They were like out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh,
pubs.
they've closed because I've seen that in the news. It was on the news, weren't they? That listed the pubs.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bit weird.
I know, yeah.
Listed all,
I guess,
like these 4 pubs have been closed.
But that's only the ones where customers have actually called up to say, I've got it. So how many pubs haven't had people call up and have had COVID and just stayed open anyway?
It's a bit weird.
It is weird. I think the thing is, I honestly think if you're going to open pubs, just open fucking pubs. Just deal with it. If you want to go, you're risking exposing
I seen
yourself.
something yesterday. I think it's 1 in 4,000 people currently have got corona symptoms.
Right, okay.
At the minute, it's 1 in 4,000.
I mean, you would like to think that if you have symptoms, just don't go.
You just wouldn't go. Yeah, exactly. But also, on the other hand, if you notice someone is at the pub coughing, spluttering, sneezing, having the symptoms, you're going to look at that person and go, Should you be here? Are you sure?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know there's do I sound alright to you?
You sound delicious.
Some people are like going, well, I don't get any symptoms, which there's always going to be them people. But again, if you have got them symptoms, you're not going to know. Do you know what I mean? So it's like going, well, I've got it, but you don't know I've got it. Because I don't know I've got it. Well, how do you know you've got it? Well, I just know.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Well, that's the thing. I think with you saying earlier as well, like lockdown's over-ish. It depends on your industry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, because
tattoo shops are opening back up on Monday.
They are. Yeah, because I work in a tattoo shop as well.
All the nail bars, the hair salons.
Yeah, I think gym's open again in 2 weeks.
Yes. Good for Bob. Good for Ginger Rob. Back to the gym. Me, again, I won't be queuing for that shit.
I mean, I went to a gym once in 1997.
Shows.
Cheers. It does. I probably should get a gym membership, to be fair. Not
I haven't.
I thought about it. I actually went to view some gyms last year.
I went for 2
I looked
weeks.
at them and then was like, no.
I went for 2 weeks. Immediately didn't get ripped. So said, this is bullshit. Never went back. And then they wouldn't let me cancel my membership because it was 12 months.
That's how they get you.
So I had to get my friend who worked at Drayton Manor to write me a fake redundancy letter on letterhead.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I took that into the gym and said, look, I'm being made redundant.
Have you ever worked at Drayton Manor?
No. Okay. I need to lose...
Have you been to Drayton Manor?
Yes. I need to cancel my subscription because I'm losing my job, and in your terms and conditions it states redundancy is a term to cancel.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I'm being made redundant. And she went, yep, no problem.
I would have faked my own death. That would have been my go-to.
Yeah, but how would you tell them that?
I would call them.
I can't come in because I
died. That's my move. That stand by it. That would be my move.
Don't know if it would work as
Call
well.
them and be like, sorry, I can't come in. I died today.
I died today, so unfortunately I won't need my locker
Calling
anymore.
you from free that shit up. Yeah, but no, I do think like for me, like I go back to the tattoo job this week.
Right.
So that's lockdown's over essentially.
Yeah, they gave all the tattoo shops like 3 days notice. Then by the way, it's Friday. Oh, you can open again Monday.
Well, there was.
Sound.
I mean, the thing is, there's like I've got a lot of friends who are tattooists, and majority of them have been itching to go back. And I understand. I was saying that why pubs open and why tattooists not. I get why tattooists aren't. It's skin on skin.
It's a lot more than that.
Well, yeah.
It's like blood.
I'm not sure what kind of tattoos you get, but
gunge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like heavy breathing.
But that's what I mean. So I understand why they delayed those.
With me, it's a lot of screaming. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not.
Are you not a good? Are you not? Do you sit well?
No. I have numbing cream, and
Do
I'm
you?
not afraid to say
There's
it.
nothing bad with getting numbing cream.
I literally smother that shit on, and I will sit there for hours.
I did-
If not, every 20 minutes, I'm like, we
The
need to
problem
stop.
with numbing, I've had numbing cream once, and as soon as it goes, the pain is so
Yeah, but I
much
don't care
worse.
because I can deal with it then because
Yeah.
I'm not being tattooed.
Yeah.
While I'm being tattooed, it's costing me money.
No, but
Afterwards, it's not.
But what I mean is, like, if you're having like a 6 hour sitting, it's not going to last 6 hours. So if you're 2 hours into it, and the cream passes, like, it just stops working.
Oh no, you keep it wrapped up. I wrap my whole arm up in cling film, and it doesn't start to work until you take the cling film off because that's when the air gets to it.
Oh, okay.
So I just unwrapped that bit, done that bit, and then afterwards she was bored, so I went home with a poorly arm and a numb arm. But there was
The worst I've ever
none
had
of that was tattooed. It was just numb.
when I got my sleeve on my right arm. I went to Birmingham for my mate's birthday the night before. Well, I wasn't going to go. I stayed in the Tamworth bit and was like, right, when you guys get to Brom, I'm going to go home because I've got an 8 hour sitting tomorrow. And then alcohol happened. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go, but I'll come back about midnight.
Hungover tattoos are the worst as well.
It wasn't hungover. I was still drunk. I got home at 6 a.m. I had 2 hours sleep, and you could smell the rum coming out of me, and it was the back of my arm, and I literally just hid behind my hair and like had a little cry. Worst pain I've ever been in.
The worst one was the inside of my arm.
That mine was the back. The inside wasn't that bad, but the back fucking killed.
Yeah,
the inside
anywhere
tickled.
around there really.
Like it kept tickling in the middle.
Don't like it. It was horrific.
But yeah.
But no, it's kind of things are getting back to normal.
Yeah.
To,
I mean, it's
to
not
an
even.
extent.
It's not even like almost. It's you cannot.
In terms
tell.
of things opening, when you get there, things are different.
But even that isn't
But
that different.
It's not. No, it's not the end of the world.
Other than people wearing visors, like it just aesthetically, it doesn't look that different. There's the one-way system thing in a lot of places. There's like hand sanitizer every fucking where.
Which isn't a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
No.
Do you still wash your hands as much as you were washing your hands?
To be fair, I probably didn't watch.
Did you do the happy birthday twice?
No, I don't do it for that long.
Did you ever do it for that long?
No.
I think I did it once. I mean,
I've got shit to
every
do.
time.
Do you know what I mean?
What have you got to
I'm
do?
a busy man.
You're not a busy man.
I keep my hands fairly clean anyway.
It's because you masturbate so much that you have to.
If you wear latex gloves, just peel it off. Anyway,
Sorry about that.
No, I don't think anything really. I didn't really do it any more or any less. I just kind of
Masturbate or wash your hands.
wash my hands. No, that happened a lot more during lockdown, and the hand washing.
And the hand washing.
But I think it just kind of stayed the same.
I think
really.
I washed my hands like probably for the first month, like to the point where my skin was coming off my hands, and then
Even if you didn't go out,
no, like not if I was
only
just,
if you've been out.
to be fair,
or
I'd still
done
wash them
something.
if I was at home. But if I was going out, yeah, no, I still was. I think it was just it got in your head at the start. Like the government.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very much played it out like if you go outside, you will die. I mean, I still went out. We just I went out every fucking day.
I was thinking this the other day. Me and you disagreed early days in terms of what the government was and wasn't doing and this, that and the other. And looking back now, and this is kind of from what I've seen, the general consensus across the world.
Yeah.
Everybody's now saying, oh, the government overreacted. The government built all these hospitals, this, that and the other, blah, blah, blah. They spent all this money, this, that and the other. And I'm thinking, good. I would prefer they overreacted
Than underreacted.
than just went... Pfft.
Well, look, Sweden didn't go into lockdown at all. Sweden stayed open because they said their economy couldn't take it, and now their economy's fucked, and thousands of people are dying there
Because they've got it now.
Well, they had it at the start, but it's spreading more and more and more because they didn't do lockdown.
And everyone was going to Sweden, have done it
the
right,
issue,
they've
yeah,
pulled
yeah.
it off, this, that and the other. And you're like, well, no.
Well, the thing is, I remember at the start of this, our government said if 20,000 people died, that would be a colossal, like, fuck up. and we're at 50,000 now. I didn't even fucking look anymore. Like I see every once in a while, and it's like, okay, I saw it was over 50,000, which means it's probably realistically over 70,000. So yeah, I think our government fucked it up. I think when they did do things, I think they've done a lot of things well. And you know I hate Boris Johnson and Tories, but I will give them credit. There's definitely things they have done, but at the same time, they kind of like had to. Like America's the worst. Like if you look at how they've done it.
And I think that's what we've discussed this before as well. Is I personally think America being so bad at doing Corona, is going to slow the rest of the world down. Yeah, because a lot of things are America related. Do you know what I mean? And you don't realise until you can't go there. Yeah, because like they're talking about flights not even being open to states now.
Well, that's what I was about to say. There's a lot of countries that are opening their borders, but people from certain countries can't go, and the US is on a lot of those lists. Like you can't go from the US to Mexico now, which I find fucking hilarious.
Do you know as well, Scotland? So in Scotland, for some reason, there's 2 countries that if you fly from to Scotland now, you still have to quarantine.
For 2 weeks?
Yes. Have a guess what them 2 countries are. Out of all the countries in the world, Scotland decided these 2, you still need to quarantine. One of them's Spain. Okay. And one of them's Serbia.
Really?
Don't know. I don't know why.
Did they just pick randomly?
But specifically, if you're from Spain, 2 weeks. Serbia, get yourself in quarantine, boy. Anywhere else, you crack on, boys. Okay. It's all you. But yeah, Scotland.
See, Scotland has done it much better than we have. Like, Nicola Sturgeon has vehemently been like, fuck Boris Johnson, ignore him.
But is that because they're a smaller population, possibly?
No, I think
a bit more spread out?
I don't think it's that. I think they were just like, we don't agree with how...
Wales done it differently as well, didn't they?
Well, them and Scotland and Northern Ireland tend to kind of like stick with what they were doing. And openly, it was like every time Boris Johnson came out and made his little fucking announcements, Nicola Sturgeon would be on Twitter like, nope.
2 more weeks.
That's all right.
2 more weeks.
Yeah.
2 more weeks.
I like Nicola Sturgeon,
but I think hindsight is obviously a wonderful thing. Like, it's easy to sit here now and go, the government done this wrong, the government done that wrong. I think everyone forgets there's no script.
There isn't, you know what I mean? But at the same time, but look at other countries. When we said this early on, like, just look at what other people are doing. Like, if you're not sure...
Yeah, but I don't think it's that easy to compare country to country, even.
It isn't, but you could take the protocols that other countries have implemented and go, well, that could work here, that wouldn't work here, and implement those. So rather than just...
Yeah, but even then, there's no guarantee, is there?
Well, I get that. I'm not saying, like, do what New Zealand did, because their population is way lower and way more spread out.
And also, I think they're having a second wave as well, the same as Australia are.
I mean, are they?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think they're...
Oh, no, I read this. It was 2 British people that took it there.
Is that what it was?
Yep. Fuck. Yeah, in New Zealand, I'm pretty sure it was 2 British people that kind of did that. So, but yeah, there's like bubonic plague now in China.
Supposedly. Well, there's 4 different plagues in China now, supposedly.
We're all going to die. I mean, to be fair, like this month and even last month, nothing colossal really happened.
It's been a good 2 months.
It has. Honestly, this is the year. Like, I said to my mate, I was like, if Stonehenge ended up being Godzilla eggs, wouldn't be surprised.
It'd just be like,
yeah. That's about due now.
Whatever, yeah.
Like, whatever happens. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Fucking bring it. This is a great year. The thing is, on a personal level, I've had a fucking rad year. That's such a fucking good year. So it's like, obviously, aside from all the death and stuff.
Yeah, which, saying that, back to China as well, they're saying they've got all these things. China has quite a big population.
Yeah, well, 1.34 billion.
So chances are, if there's going to be something a bit nasty, it's probably going to be in China, due to them having a third of the whole world's population. Yeah. No, how many's in the world? 9 billion?
8 billion. No, just under 8. I think there's like 7.8 billion people.
So they've got a good chunk.
I think, there's more
as
people,
one country.
There's more people in India, well, in that part of the world, India, China, and like the surrounding countries, than the rest of the world combined.
That's mental.
Scarlett, stop licking me.
That's what I'm saying. So chances are, if there is a bubonic plague, it's probably going to be there.
Probably going to be in China. Yeah, because I know India's on the rise, America's on the rise, Russia and Brazil. The Brazilian Prime Minister or President has got it now.
Did you see that? I know it was a Lad Bible article, and it's questionable, but Lad Bible do seem to take their stories from other news sources rather than their own.
Yeah.
Supposedly, in the US of A, of course, they was having Corona parties. Conspiracy theorists was having Corona parties.
Have you heard about there's a 30-year-old coronavirus?
Are you going to tell my story now? Is this what you're about to do?
Tell me your story first.
So...
Because I thought it was here.
No,
So-
it's in America.
Okay.
So they was having coronaviruses.
Is that like when people have chickenpox, when kids have chickenpox?
So you get them all together.
They rub all the kids together,
Because because they're conspiracy theorists, they believed that it wasn't real. Conspiracy, nah, it's bullshit. Corona's nonsense. Oh, you think you've got corona? Let's all have a party
So we'll all
because
get it.
we won't get it because it's not real. 30-year-old guy's just died from corona, who was a conspiracy theorist who went to a corona's not real party.
And do you know what his last words were? I think I made a mistake.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the flat earthers trying to walk off the end
I
of the
was
earth
literally
and
just
not
thinking.
falling off the
I
end
was
of the earth.
thinking the connection to flat earthers.
And like falling into an ice hole in the Antarctic.
Who
going,
are my
fucked up here.
favourite group of idiots. Always.
I think it's funny. But no, in other non-related corona news,
Yeah, we talked a bit about corona now.
I
You.
have been listening to other podcasts. I know. Don't hate me.
We're going to disagree on this.
Don't hate me because you hate me. Why?
Go where you going.
I listened to Joe Rogan,
Yep, with.
Elon Musk.
What do you think of Elon Musk?
I think he's a hero.
I think he's a dickhead.
Of course you do.
That's why we're going to disagree on it.
But why do you think he's a dickhead?
He's a fucking tool.
Why?
He's an absolute.
Explain why.
Because he's a tool. And the thing is, when you text me about 4 days ago saying, have you watched that one? And I have watched it and I've forgotten most of it now. But there were definite relevant points where I was like, I hate him for this, I hate him for that. And I was going to watch it today, but I went skating and went to the pub instead.
The corona stuff, I didn't really agree with what he was talking about.
I think the problem is, he's a smart guy. Like, there's no argument about that. But I think he's so out of touch with people. I mean, the guy it's not like he made his money. He was brought up in a wealthy family.
He made PayPal.
He made PayPal.
PayPal was his company.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did it with, like, he had money. Like, I read a thing.
He sold PayPal for $1 billion.
Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, he's still a dickhead. Like, Jeff Bezos is worth, like, fucking a gazillion pound, and he's a fucking tool.
Yeah, but they're different people.
And I'm not saying they're the same person, but, like, I saw a thing the other day, because it was, like, the anniversary of when Jeff Bezos started Amazon. People use him as an example of, like, look what you can do, but they didn't say that in 95, he made it in 94, in 95 his parents gave him, like, a $200,000 advance.
You can't hate people for fucking getting a leg up.
I'm not at all saying that. If someone wants to give me a leg up and give me 200 grand, fucking cool.
Yeah, but what grandeur ideas have you got to do with that 200 grand?
I can't tell you now.
That's the difference.
We're live right now. I'm not
That's
going to
the
disclose
difference.
that information.
If you've got an idea to get given that money, then fair.
I've got
If you're just
Dragon's Den
given
ideas.
money to go to the pub,
I
it's
did
not the
actually.
same
We were
thing.
having this conversation the other day. My friend said I should go to Dragon's Den with this. We were talking about fleshlights.
Copyright it first.
Copyright. This is patented.
Yeah.
You think talk about?
Deborah Meaden, if you're watching.
We were talking about fleshlights, and I was saying,
Deborah Meaden, turn your ears off.
why?
Stop listening.
Why has no one made a fleshlight that's a dildo on the outside so you can, like, double penetrate? We were talking about pegging.
Because it'd be fucking massive. It'd be like,
Well, no, because it wouldn't need.
because you've got to get inside it and the padding, and then no. You didn't think about this already. I'm picking holes in your idea.
If it helps.
Or it'd be 7 feet long.
If it helps, I was drunk at the time.
Okay.
But that's my Jeff Bezos idea.
It's a shit idea.
Yeah, it's not
I've
the
shot
best.
it down straight away.
I'm fine with that.
Just logistics wise, it's a bad idea.
I don't want to use one, so
I mean, one company's going to be happy, other end not so much. They're probably going to be in pain a lot.
yeah.
Not that.
Yeah, but that's where you work on that. That's in the design aspect.
By what? Finding people with small dicks?
Well, no, you find
That's the only
you find a way to make the actual casing of the fleshlight smaller.
But that's not how it works. The whole... Anyway.
I've never held or seen your fleshlight, so I don't
Don't
know.
lie to me.
I don't know.
We've all seen videos and we've all
I've
seen
seen
pictures.
videos, but
There
I've
you go
never
then.
seen a real one. I've never held
Do you
it.
remember back in the day,
understood.
them microphones? The kids' microphones that made like the mere noise.
Where
Do you
are
not
going?
remember? Do you remember
I
them, Rob?
remember
My
them.
kids had them.
I'm very
Yeah.
curious of where
It was
you're
about
going.
this big.
Just been talking about fleshlights. I'm
And
wondering what
because that's basically the dimensions.
Right,
but
what-
they're smaller.
Right, okay. Look, if this is a flashlight here, right?
Yeah.
Then why does it need to be that big?
So
That
your
wide?
dick goes in it.
No, but that wide.
Because your dick goes in it.
But can it not be smaller?
But then your dick wouldn't fit.
No, because
the
why-
whole basis of a flashlight.
But if you're saying it's that big,
Yeah.
that's not how big your dick is.
No, but you have to have the padding.
So just have better padding.
Yeah, but then it's not realistic. But you just want to add an attachment, like a screw-on dick at the other end.
I'm happy to be wrong on
so
this.
you can
I am happy to be wrong on this.
be wrong.
I'm happy
Deborah
to be
Meaden.
wrong.
Don't even worry about it, Bab.
Who would you go to? Who would, if you were on Dragon's Den, who would be, if it wasn't like a specific,
I don't know.
I want this field and they're best, like Theo Kafiti is the best at this.
I reckon Deborah, because I reckon I could flirt with her.
Paul Jones is my man. I love that guy.
Is that like
Peter Jones?
Peter Jones.
Peter Jones, sorry, yeah. Peter Jones.
Really?
Yeah,
no,
man.
I think he's
I
a
love
bit,
that dude.
I don't think you and Peter would get on if I'm
I think we'd get on like a house on fire.
I disagree.
I think Peter would be all board.
I think you're more of a Tuca man.
I do like Tuca.
I think he's more of your
I
kind of level.
hated.
I think Peter's too business for you.
Who was the...
Tuca's a bit more like, yeah, man. Do you know what I mean?
Who was the
like,
Bannatyne? Duncan, but I fucking hate Duncan Bannatyne so fucking much. He's such a condescending tool.
Yeah, he
I love Dragon's Den. It's so fucking good.
I do. I think Deborah. I think the other one, the new girl,
Is that the blonde one?
who apparently is a banking magnate, who actually sold cash machines. One. Yeah, she's not a banking magnate. She just had a cash machine business.
Magnet sounds like you're saying the word wrong.
I think it's magnet.
But the magnet sounds like a magnet.
I know. I think, but I think people say magnet, they don't say magnet. But I think magnet is the right word.
Do you know midwifery is a word?
Yes.
I found out this week. 2 people said it like separately in different conversations.
To become a midwife, you have to do a midwifery course.
I would say midwifery.
Midwifery? Did you not know that?
No.
Do you know what I also found out today? Strap in. Get ready to have your mind blown.
Strap on.
You know when someone says bear with me?
Yes.
Do you know it's BEAR?
Yeah.
Not BARE.
Yeah, it's not naked with me.
Mate, you know the English language. Many words have many different meanings.
Like there, and there.
But so many people, everybody that I've ever known, me included, couldn't see how bear, BEAR, with me made sense. So I always put BARE. Just bear with me.
I've always been... That literally means naked...
Well, I know that now.
With me.
But bear means it's a bear.
It doesn't just mean that.
But
like if you're the bearer of bad news,
I guess that makes sense. Didn't think of that. Either way, why could bear have 2 meanings, but bear can't have 2 meanings?
Because.
So I just assumed that it was BARE until somebody asked me and said we're having a family discussion. Which one is it? And I was like, well, I've always said BARE. So I googled it.
Yeah.
The old definition, and it was BEAR.
I actually read a thing that someone posted.
Mind blown.
I mean, your mind's blown.
Mind moan.
My moan.
Mind blown.
That had descriptions of or explanations of certain catchphrases. Not catchphrases, but like a bear with me, or I can't think of anything else now.
Good chat. So, back to Elon Musk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we didn't even start on Elon Musk.
No, so you don't like him?
I don't like him.
For no real reason.
I've got reasons, I've just forgotten what they are.
No real reason. Well, they can't be that important then, can they?
I mean, Elon Musk isn't that
I bet you don't
important
forget why you don't like Boris. But
I don't.
Elon Musk, to me, is a gangster, right? He is the... I think the... If you was to describe this generation... in terms of the internet and the dot-com boom and all that sort of stuff, he is a man that fully took it by the horns.
I mean, he is. He utilised it.
He done PayPal, he earned his money, but then he didn't just go, yeah, I don't know. He's like, what do I want to do next? Let's go to Mars. So he built and designed his own spaceship company.
Yeah, the car
SpaceX.
Thing. That's it, yeah.
Then he went, well, we need to save the planet a little bit more. So let's build electric cars, and he single-handedly created
Tesla,
the electric car market.
Yeah,
on his own, because no one else gave a shit before that, because it was easier not to.
We had electric cars before that, didn't we?
No, not fully electric.
Like hybrids, then.
Even that minimum compared to now.
Yeah.
He also has the Boring Company.
Yeah.
So he's digging tunnels under LA to try and ease congestion.
Yeah.
He's got all the solar panels, the tiles, the solar tiles, loads of different shit. But the thing that I learned a bit more about from said podcast is his Neuralink. So, right, are you ready?
Yep.
Elon Musk has decided.
Can I just say at this point, he seems like a comic book character bad guy.
He's 100% a lizard.
Okay.
Right? He's not. He is, like, if somebody said, if you said to anybody in the world, if you had to name one person who you think is an alien, I would say 95% of the world's population would point to Elon Musk. Because he's not your usual human being. He's very smart for a start. He's very strange. He's very eccentric. And he has ideas that nobody else, A, would even have, or B, would have any chance of putting into practice.
One thing I do like about him, though, because I saw the first Joe Rogan one, is that when he's asked the question, he thinks about it.
He also doesn't answer the question.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He answers it in his own head.
Yeah.
And then answers himself and just goes, okay. Could you share that? And it's what he literally does. Yeah. He answers the question to himself.
But I think a lot of people, especially if you're in a situation like this where you're being recorded and you're almost like scared of silence, like I've got to talk because there can't be silence, especially if someone's listening or something that. He's not, and I like that. I like the fact that
he's also not afraid to say what he thinks either. He doesn't give a shit on Twitter.
Yeah, but that's because he's got
not
like
bothered.
A fucking million,
it doesn't matter.
Gazillion. Dude, if you're that rich,
still a brand.
You just don't care.
Didn't you see when he fucking got kicked out of the board because he was said something bullshit about Tesla, and they just went, you should be saying that. And he went, and sound, whatever.
I need to remember why I don't like him.
But exactly, so you can't not dislike him.
I can.
But anyway.
I don't remember why.
Neuralink.
Go on.
So, Neuralink is a device.
Yep.
They cut a hole in your head, in your skull. Right?
Yeah, I know what this is.
Which is a square size hole, right? And they implant a little thing with two little wires on, and they go into certain parts of your brain, right? Because your brain is, its basis, electrical signals.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yep.
Everything, emotions, movements, everything is an electrical signal from the brain to whatever, pain, everything. It's all an electrical signal. So he wants to implant this device into your head to effectively rewire your brain. So and initially it goes with...
Just like a lobotomy.
No, because...
But the process is...
No, because all he's doing is cutting a hole in your skull and then just implanting two wires 2 millimeters in. That's all it is. If you didn't turn it on, it wouldn't be no different.
Apart from the fact that someone's drilled a hole in your head.
Well, yeah, but it replaces that with a battery and a Bluetooth receiver. So you're
How big's the hole?
Inch square.
Okay.
So he just cuts a little chunk out, puts the charger and the battery and the Bluetooth thing in your head. The little wires go into your brain. So initially it is to help with illnesses, degenerative brain illnesses, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease. But he's saying that it could also help with if people are paralysed and stuff like that, because it regenerates that
cells.
Electrical impulse.
No,
carry on. The electrical impulse that's missing now,
Rob's having
because you've got brain injury. So if it's for brain injuries,
right?
So if you've had a stroke, and a lot of people have strokes from like the side of their face, or they can't speak, it will replicate that's missing.
Oh, okay then.
So initially it's for people that have got brain injuries.
Yeah.
So again, if your body's fine, but you're paralysed because you've had a bump on the head, it will kickstart everything. Yeah. Right. So it should. If you've got brain damage and you go blind, it should regenerate your sight and things like that.
Okay.
And then what made me laugh was Joe Rogan said to Elon, where do you see, or what in the near future, other than fixing people's illnesses and whatnot, where can
this technology go?
Yeah, but not even to that. He was just like, what in the immediate future do you think it will change in not normal people's, but people's that haven't got injuries lives? Yeah. And he said, and he sat there and he just went, well, we won't have to talk anymore. He went, what? But again, as Elon Musk is deadly serious, he said, what do you mean we won't have to talk again? He said, well, the brain is very clever as itself. He said, but the output of the human body is very poor.
Yeah, it's limited.
Because you type with your fingers, you talk with your mouth.
Yep.
So if I had a really complex problem or an answer to that problem, I would have to process it in my head, decompress it to tell you.
Yep.
I'd have to speak it. You would have to listen, understand, recompress it, and then get it in your brain. So you've got all them stops and steps.
Yeah.
That you could lose stuff along the way.
Yeah.
With Neuralink,
it just sends a direct.
I just think about something. Can you pick it up?
I don't like that.
It's quick as that.
Can you choose what you send information wise?
I would assume so. Yeah. I don't know exactly.
If I'm picturing you naked, right, you're going to know that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you send it like a file, and you would download that file in your brain.
Because I always think about you naked.
I know.
So,
but I always know. So Neuralink or not.
I tell you though.
Well, but I don't.
I'm very open about these things.
I don't know if that's exactly how it would work, but.
Okay, how do you feel about this?
But then he said.
Oh, okay, we're not done.
Then he said, "How soon?
Could we get to that point?
Could we get to that point?" And he went, 10 years?
Really?
10 years. 10 years.
That's just no.
10 years.
No.
Why?
I don't want to be a robot.
We already have that in us. And I say that because you've got your phone.
Yeah.
Right? So realistically, if you want to know anything, if you want to speak to anyone, if you want to do anything, it's in your hand.
But no one's drilling my fucking brain and putting a battery in there.
But all it's doing is speeding that process up.
Okay, let me put it like this.
That's all it's doing.
Based on this current information, my answer would be no. On more research, should it be a viable thing?
I would do it tomorrow.
Yeah, but you do it tomorrow.
100%.
Yeah, but you would do it because Elon Musk said it.
No, I would do it because it would make my life a hell of a lot fucking easier.
Well, there's that as well.
Same as these, these people are having these chips, RFID chips.
Yeah.
Under their skin. So basically what you've got in your phone, Apple Pay, you have one in your skin. So you could just go...
Oh, just two demolition man.
Boop, boop. I want to get into work. Boop.
I don't want that.
It's great because I don't have to remember anything.
I don't care.
It's there.
You know what? I like being feral.
No.
I love technology. I love technology. But I also don't like the concept or prospect of being hardwired into a fucking overall system.
But you already are.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
That phone tracks you currently more than what a chip would in your arm.
But
than anybody that says I don't like the thought of it, you're already there, mate.
But I could put it on airplane mode. I could leave it at home. I could turn it off.
It still works.
I could leave it at home.
But it's still there.
But I could
it's
leave
still
it at home.
doing its listening.
I could throw it in
It's
the bin.
checking everything.
If it's in my head.
You can turn it off.
Can you?
Yeah.
Cow.
It's got a little switch on the back. Like on the back of your
The
neck.
thing is, do you trust? Okay, so we both have iPhones.
Yeah.
Do you trust Apple?
I think you kind of got to, but I think it's just an accepted.
It is because if you want
trust thing.
I don't think it's even that you trust them. It's just the benefits outweigh.
Do you know what I think it is? It's not a case of trust. It's I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, there is that.
So I don't need to trust it because I've got nothing to hide.
This used to be my attitude with CCTV because a lot of people were like, it's going to be everywhere and Big Brother and everything else, and I was like, well, as long as you don't do anything wrong, you're fine.
Exactly.
But I don't trust our governments enough, or the systems in power enough, or police enough, or anything else, that even if I wasn't doing something wrong, that it could be manipulated to seem like I was. And not only that, but I like the idea of privacy. I like the idea of being off the grid to a certain degree.
But you never really are.
You can be. When I've travelled, I have been. Other than when they're scanning your fucking passport going into the country.
But exactly, people know what country you're in. They know where you are, your flights. All that stuff's all logged.
And I get that, but what I'm saying
your
is...
phone connects to a Wi-Fi, they know where you are.
I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but where's the boundary? At what point, at what point would you go, okay, that's a step too much? I don't want to be...
no step for me.
A human credit card.
Bring it on. Would you have it, Rob?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Ease.
That's it, really, isn't it?
But how hard is it? Just getting the fucking thing out your wallet and going beep.
No, I don't mean that. I mean the Neuralink.
Oh, no, not the Neuralink.
Oh, you wouldn't have that?
No, I'd have the chip.
Why wouldn't you have the Neuralink?
Why wouldn't you have the Neuralink?
Because my head's messed up enough already.
Maybe
it can help.
Maybe
they reckon they're saying that it could also help anxiety and depression.
Do you know what? If it was proven to help and it was very low risk, then yes.
It effectively rewires your brain. So if you've got anxiety,
I don't want my brain
depression,
rewired.
if you've got anxiety, depression, bipolar, any kind of
I don't have any of those things.
Any kind of mental issue, so Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, anything that comes from your brain, they can help with.
But at the
it
same
either
time,
stops that signal or regenerates.
Right,
that
and
signal.
I get that, but I think, and this is going to be.
You just don't want it because you want to be an anarchist. That's the only reason.
Well, there's no anarchy behind it.
No, but if there ever was...
Yeah, I'll be the leader of it.
You're literally thinking, well, I can't have that because if in 50 years there's a massive fucking riot, I want to be involved. And if I've got that thing in my head, I can't do
I
that.
want to lead it.
That's what I'm saying. Whereas me, I'm not that fussed.
The thing is, I also do believe that...
I'll watch and wave.
But the thing is, as a species, I think we're meant to die. We're meant to be flawed. We're meant to have... It's like us having...
Says who?
Nature.
Fuck nature.
How can you say fuck nature?
But that's like saying, well, we shouldn't have anything that we've got now.
I don't think we should have as much as we have
because
now.
that's progress.
But it's progress for us, but it's not progress for the planet. It's like
I get that.
And I was having this conversation before about someone was saying about like traveling to other countries and colonizing them, and I hate the fact that it's just said as a matter of fact statement, like if we do this, not should we do this. Like if we kill off our planet, I don't want us to fucking regenerate and repopulate on Mars or on fucking another planet, because that's just colonizing it. Like you fucked it, so just die. I don't think we should ever be in a position where we should colonize another planet. And the fact that we have the conversation at all, I find arrogant of our species.
But it's also a survival instinct.
I get that, but you fucked it. Like your survival instinct should kick in now to survive here. Because that isn't surviving; it's just relocating.
What's to say we didn't already start on Mars?
Well, if we did, then we did. But we're not there now. We're here now.
And we might have. Do you know? How do you know that we're not still on Mars as well?
Okay, but I don't. But I do.
I think people have been to Mars.
Yeah, like this Mars rover hasn't found a fucking McDonald's on there. You know what I mean? Or like a Starbucks.
Maybe it'd be called something different. What if it was a complete alternate universe?
I mean, that's fine then.
And it was called McBucks.
Get out.
And Star Donalds.
Star Donalds.
Do you know what I mean? What if it was that?
I just think as a species we have this... It is arrogance that we are superior, we're top of the food chain rather than on the food chain, which is exactly where we are. And we've had the conversation about the Anunnaki before and how we could be from aliens. Their DNA was produced with something...
But surely we are top of the food chain.
How are we top of the food chain? Go and tell the shark that.
Yeah, but we could still kill a shark.
The sharks can kill you.
No, if you don't get in the water.
Okay, a lion.
Shark ain't going to kill me in this kitchen.
But a lion.
I could kill a shark without getting in the water.
Stop focusing on sharks.
The shark couldn't kill me without me getting in the water.
There was a Sharknado situation and it flew via tornado all the way into the kitchen?
I'll punch it in its nose because that's how you put sharks off. Or stroke them under their belly because they go into a hypnosis state.
But what if it eats you before you get to that chance? And what if a lion's riding the shark because he got caught up in it as well?
You should have used lion as that's a better example. To be fair.
So a tornado picks up.
But we're still top of the food chain with a lion.
I'm not done yet.
Because
a tornado picks up somewhere, it's coming in land, and it's getting bigger. I mean,
my argument was better,
and
but
then,
carry on.
And then goes over a zoo, and a couple of lions get there as well.
Right, okay.
And then when it lands here,
so now it's like a squad.
There's a shark,
a death squad,
being ridden by an angry lion.
Right.
He's angry because
the lion's riding the shark, not the other way around.
Yeah, the lion's riding the shark,
not the shark riding the lion.
Well, that would make sense.
Well, why? Because the lion's got legs.
But the shark, yeah, so that's what. But it's flying through the air.
Why would that? I don't understand the basis of a lion being on the back of a shark.
How would it make sense the other way?
Because if it lands on the floor and the shark's on the back of the lion can run off.
With the shark on its back.
But if the lion's on the shark's back and it hits the floor, they're just going to go, oh, and just fall over because he's going to be like, oh.
But the shark would squish the lion.
No, I think you're wrong. Rob? Lion on a shark or shark on a lion?
I completely lost what was going on.
I think you need to think about your fucking Sharknado situations a little bit better.
My point is, so when the shark comes in and the angry lion's on top of him and he's angry because the tornado fucked his hair up and he sees you, tell me you're going to win that fight.
Because I can still just shoot him in the face.
Where's your gun?
I'll get a gun.
Now?
The shark can't get a gun.
Wait, are you getting
We're always going to win. It doesn't matter what it is.
No, we're not.
That's why we don't have fucking lions roaming around. We're scared of them.
We are not on top of the food chain.
Of course we are.
We are on the food chain.
Unless there was a dinosaur
riding the lion that's riding the shark.
Unless the dinosaurs come back, we will always be top of the food chain.
We're on the food chain.
We're smarter. For a start.
Some of us are.
We are... Well, I mean, you're right. You want a fucking lion to ride a shark for no apparent reason?
I don't want it to. I'm just saying hypothetically.
I think you should get that tattoo. A
shark riding
a
a
lion riding a shark.
Coming through a tornado.
How would he be stood on...
He wouldn't be stood on. He'd put his paws, like his legs, either side of it. And he could hold on to the... sorry, I hit the microphone wire. He could hold on to the fin. You can get a saddle.
I think you've knocked your sound off.
I haven't.
I know you haven't.
A
saddle? They got a saddle now?
Yeah, because it went over the zoo and there's horses there and sometimes people ride them.
Oh, okay. So now the horse is sat in a saddle on a shark.
No, the lion. Wait, yes.
Sorry.
No, that's better. The lion is on a horse who is on a shark.
See, now that makes more sense.
Of course it does.
Because the horse can walk.
Yes.
The shark can't.
No, the shark's not
That's why you'd need the shark riding the lion.
You can't because the shark's going to squash whatever it lands on.
Lions are pretty heavy. Like, they're still pretty big.
Yeah, but...
Like, if you rode a shark or a lion, they wouldn't know.
This is my favourite conversation on the 12 episodes of our podcast.
Yeah, and mine, because you're wrong.
I'm
That's
not wrong.
why.
Right.
That's why it's my favourite conversation.
Currently, we are live. So for people watching, if you just want to contribute with what you
Lion
believe,
on shark or shark on lion?
Lion on shark or shark on lion.
It's always going to be a shark on a lion.
No, it's not. It's always going to be a lion on a shark.
Flying or not, it just makes more sense.
Always a lion on a shark.
No,
it's offending me how wrong you are.
How long have we been live, Rob?
About 40 minutes.
45.
45. Right. So anyway, my point being, lions ride on sharks, and also
We are top of the food chain.
we're not top of the food chain.
How
we're
can you say that?
Is there a thing which you can search? Is there like a clinical answer for this question?
What is top of the food chain?
Or are we on a food chain?
Of course it's us. We eat other animals. Other animals don't eat us.
Yes, they do.
Not for food. They don't grow
Why
people.
do they eat us?
They don't grow people for food.
We don't grow horses, but people
But we
eat
grow
them.
cows and chickens
We don't-
and ducks and every other animal that we eat.
I mean, we don't grow
There isn't
them.
a human
No
farm
one
somewhere and lions walking around chucking fucking grain. There you go, boys. Fill your boots.
No one plants a cow.
No, but you hatch cows.
You hatch cows. You hatch cows.
You birth cows.
The idea, the concept of the
The
image
point
of
is,
a cow being
you're
hatched.
not full of shit because there's
I'm not
no
full of
way
shit.
we can't be top of the food chain when we eat everything and nothing else eats us.
They do eat us.
Yes, but not in a sense of for food because that's all they've got. We don't have to eat chickens, but we choose to because we can. Lions eat us because they get the opportunity, not because they just walk around and go, "Oh, I fancy little Tommy today. I'm going to eat him."
But if they did, they would.
I have some news.
I agree.
Go on. Wait, go on.
I have some news. The headline on Forbes, which is a trusted source.
Not so much.
I know I'm right already.
Yeah. Humans aren't at the top of the food chain.
And what are?
They can't say, but there is a thing.
So there's no answer. So I was right.
No, because there is no top of the food chain.
There is. It's humans.
It's not a food chain, it's a food circle.
It's not. That was it.
It's worth having a read about because it's a massive subject.
Oh, exactly. That I'm right about.
You're not right about
There's no
Forbes.
physical way.
I've just said you're wrong.
But they've also said there isn't an answer.
Because there is no top of the food chain.
No.
I'm not saying anything's above us.
There's I think it's ranked by diet and what we eat, the food chain,
Okay.
and it's called the tropic level.
A load of bollocks.
It's not low bollocks.
Of course it is.
Because, again, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're top or anything else on top of us. I'm saying we're on the food chain. We are food for other things.
Killer whales ranked 5.5, which is above.
But we're not.
See, killer whales.
We're not food for
You've
other
seen Free
things.
Willy.
We're not food for other things.
We are.
Only by chance.
But if we eat something, that's food, correct?
Yeah.
So if something eats us, does that not make us food?
All right, and by definition of that then, if using that logic, we eat more stuff than eats us.
Agreed.
So again, how are we not top of the food chain? I don't understand.
Because other things eat... Okay, so we don't eat lions, but lions eat us.
Yeah, but-
lions
but-
eat us.
We could eat lions. There's nothing stopping us.
There's nothing stopping caterpillars eating us, but they choose not to.
I don't think that's the reason.
I don't know why I went with
I
caterpillars.
don't think they're just
Look at
nice.
all the things I could have gone with. They could have eaten this.
I don't think
Caterpillars.
they just go, let's
Caterpillars.
not eat people
That's
today.
my go-to.
I mean, there's probably a lot of caterpillars if they ganged up.
Yeah.
Have like a caterpillar squad.
Yeah. Ants bite you, mosquitoes bite. Mosquitoes technically eat us, and there's way more of them. And they can kill you with like malaria and yellow fever and shit. So, yeah. Actually, I'd go as far as to say more mosquitoes eat people
They
than
don't
we
eat them.
eat animals. What's eating? You're eating
Killing something.
You don't eat an entire cow. You're consuming.
But you kill
one
it to
entire
eat it.
cow. Malaria kills you.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can eat squid that's alive.
What?
Like you're
Yeah,
saying,
but you still eat it all. It's not still alive afterwards. You don't pop it back in the sea with fucking 3 less legs.
if you consume it in one go,
No, the point is, if something's killed, it's eaten. It's killed to be eaten.
you're wrong.
Right? We
Wait, Rob's got information. I
We
can see it in
grow
his face.
things to eat them.
What you got for us, Rob?
I'm not getting involved.
Oh, okay. I thought you had something. Have we got any update on the lions riding sharks?
Has commented about the lions and stuff, but I have written down lions riding sharks in the notes for this week.
That means he's going to do a fucking Photoshop, doesn't it?
No,
Oh, dude.
I'm just thinking about the legs going round the shark.
They haven't got it all the way round.
Hard.
Wait. No, they don't have to fucking hug at the other side.
No, what?
It's like, you know when you hug a really...
You're only using that as an example because the shark can't physically hold on to the lion. So by that
Yeah,
by
the
that
shark
basis,
can slide right off.
But that's what I'm saying. But by that basis, realistically nothing could ride. The shark couldn't ride anything. But if you look at it as a cartoon,
Could ride a camel.
if
couldn't.
right in the middle of homes,
Yeah.
sideways, just walk through doors.
Oh,
the
really
other way.
sideways? Yeah.
But if it's in the Sharknado situation, like you've said, and it lands, and the lion's on top of the shark,
Have you ever seen the baby monkey riding backwards on a pig? Baby monkey video?
no. But I seen a video the other day of a baby monkey riding a motorbike and trying to
I've
steal a
seen
baby.
that. Oh, I saw that.
What the fuck's that all
Full on,
about?
like nearly got it as well.
What?
Like it got it a fair distance.
At what point did that monkey become knowledgeable enough to go? I want to ride the motorbike for a start.
Top of the food chain.
For a start, I'm going to ride that motorbike to get to the baby quicker.
Tell me that monkey
And
isn't
then-
higher on the
and
food
then-
chain than you are.
and then steal.
Tell me straight out. Is that monkey higher on the food chain? That
I mean,
kid.
if it just
Than that kid.
than the kid, if it just stole the baby, you could say it's smaller than him.
But
Fair
he's a
enough.
biker as well.
But the fact that he rode the bike to get there
Came
faster,
in chewing a cigar.
he came in like the wind, jumped off the bike, stole the baby, and ran off.
Well, it didn't take the baby.
I don't know what people was more surprised about: stealing the baby or riding the motorbike.
The
If
worst
it had a
thing is-
cigarette in its mouth at the same time.
My favourite thing is someone taught that monkey to ride a
That's what I'm
motorbike.
saying. But did they teach you to steal kids?
I mean, I'm hoping so.
that's mental.
It's a lot more of a fucking Oliver Twist thing. It's like the biker version of Oliver Twist.
Oh, look at this cute monkey! He's nicked my kid.
Yeah. But what was I saying before that? Oh, yeah. So baby monkey riding backwards on a pig. It's great. It's really catchy. And I'm saying it like that because if you know
A
it.
baby monkey riding on a pig backwards.
Yes.
Is the pig going backwards or is the monkey facing
the monkey's
backwards?
facing backwards. The pig is moving in a forward trajectory.
Why is it sat on it backwards?
Why wouldn't he be?
Because you're looking where you're going, looking where you've been, not where you're going.
But he's not.
It's a very negative monkey.
it's a very negative.
It's a very negative monkey. That monkey needs to look on the bright side of
Maybe he
life.
got like the tail. It was just like doing, because I've got like the spirally tails,
Right.
right? So maybe he was doing that. But there's a song that goes with it, which is baby monkey, riding backwards on a pig, baby monkey.
There's a lot of thought went into that song.
Honestly, it's a
Don't think it's going to win an Ivor Novello award for
it's a
songwriting.
banger. Right?
It's awesome, I know it.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm.
And there's another one which is chimpanzee riding on a Segway. Chimpanzee riding on a Segway. No.
Are these actual events or are these just songs
No,
written about...
These are real videos, and someone's put a song to them.
Okay.
So there was actually a game on the iPhone years ago, which was baby monkey riding backwards on a pig. They've made a game of it. It was like Angry Birds or shit.
Christ.
But anyway,
How do these podcasts take these turns?
I've no idea.
Like we have every intention of talking about serious
Yeah.
facts. Let's educate people. No, have you seen that video?
If you listen to podcast 3, 4, and 5, they're honestly really informative. Like genuinely, we talk about time travel and about calendars and about fucking loads. Today is about baby monkeys riding backwards on a
Yeah,
pig.
we've gone up and down. Today's been a day of emotions.
My point is this.
Uh-oh.
If you look at the shape of a pig, they're relatively rotund and round,
Yeah.
right? Now, a monkey is not really got anywhere to grab onto, to hold onto. It's only a small, it's a baby monkey. It's in the song, right? So, the monkey's like the size of your glass, right? So if that monkey, being that small, can hold onto that pig, being that, it's not like a huge pig, it's still like a Babe, the movie size pig, then
And where are we going with this
then a
conversation?
lion
Oh, okay, back to the lions, right?
can hold on to a shark.
Well, he's got claws for a start. He
Well-
can hold on to anything.
Well, there you go.
They climb fucking trees.
So
That still doesn't make it logical, logistically okay. Like what? I still don't understand when they're in the tornado, anything can be on anything, right?
Yeah.
That's just natural.
Well,
like,
yeah.
you could ride a wardrobe, realistically.
Ride a wardrobe.
In a tornado, right? You could surf a wardrobe. It's going to happen. I mean, you could surf a wardrobe in your bedroom, I guess. But the point is, you could stand on the back of a shark in a tornado. When that tornado stops and you land,
Yep.
then what? If they're coming to attack me, which was the initial point of the shark, tornado, lion scenario, they use the tornado to come to my house. They somehow turn it off. They land.
No, they just fall out of it.
All right, so they fall out of
Tornado
it.
passes
So
by.
the lion then lands on the shark
It
on the ground.
launches them through the window.
Then what? The shark will just flap around, and then it's got a lion attached to the back of it.
It also picks up a skateboard on the way.
Think about this.
So when the lion lands, the lion's on a skateboard.
Think about my scenario.
Okay.
Right? So the lion's on the back of
Or
the
a
shark.
longboard is more practical. Lion's on the back of a shark.
No. So the shark's on the back of the lion.
No.
Right? So they're in the Sharknado.
Yep.
Spins round. They land in the back garden. Back door's open. They land. Now what happens?
He wiggles.
The lion comes flying at you, mouth open. Above it, fucking shark.
Wait.
Double teeth.
Wait.
Dead.
No.
Instant.
No.
Legs and head gone in one
No.
swoop.
The error of your logic here is, how is a lion going to move with a shark on its back?
Because the lion's a fucking hench.
Yeah, but sharks are like fucking 2 tons or probably more. Like, how heavy is an elephant?
I don't know. I've never,
Rob,
never weighed one.
How heavy is a shark? Let's
Isn't
do
that a
that.
joke? How heavy is an elephant?
What's the punchline?
I can't remember.
Shit joke.
Something about a fridge. I don't know. It might be a different joke.
Something about a fridge.
I don't know.
How heavy is an
How would you get an
elephant?
elephant in the fridge? Put butter in it.
What
Or
the
something
fuck
like that. I
are you
can't remember.
talking-
An adult great white shark is 520 to 1100 kilos.
That's nothing.
How is that
That's
nothing?
not 10 of you.
It's not 10 of me.
5 of you. And how heavy is a lion?
Hang on. An elephant is 6,000 kilos.
Wait, how much is a shark again?
1100.
100 maximum.
Elephants are heavier than sharks.
Of course they are. Elephants are... I don't know what sharks... They're not all the size of Jaws. Like, that's not real.
That's the kind of shark I'm picturing, though.
That's not... No.
Like, it's a shark. I'm not saying like a fucking.
Majority of sharks are
And a
like
lion
6
is
foot...
190 kilos.
So
So, I reckon a lion
So
could...
it's 11 times its weight.
I reckon it could carry that.
It's 11 times
Easy.
its weight. 11 times its
Easy.
weight. Can you carry something 11 times your weight?
If I was attacking somebody and that my mate was a shark,
No.
I would 100% do
There's
my
no
best
way
to
a
carry
lion
that
is
shark.
carrying something. It couldn't pull something 11 times its weight.
Please, if you ever watch World's Strongest Man, they pull aeroplanes, bro. Aeroplanes.
They've got wheels
So is the shark.
with a skateboard.
No.
Right, okay.
But I'm saying, what's more scary? If you was looking at something and it was a shark on the back of a lion,
Yeah.
you would shit yourself because you think that lion's going to run to me.
No, I wouldn't.
If it was a shark lying on the floor and a lion stood on the back of it, you'd be like, I could just walk away.
Okay.
Because that shark's going nowhere.
I'll raise you this. If the shark is on top of the lion can't run because the shark's on top of it. And the shark can't go anywhere because it's on land. Even
got
if
no
it's on
legs.
a lion. Right. If the shark lands first and the lion's at its back, the lion could jump off.
I mean, I'll give you that.
Oh, shit.
But then the shark's just... What?
He's a vessel for...
Don't come over here because I'm scary.
He's a amphibian taxi.
So what's the point of the tornado? Question.
Give me a second.
On the animal front,
Go
what
on.
would win? A grizzly bear or a gorilla?
Gorilla.
Why?
King Kong. I don't know.
And realistic, not
Yeah,
75-story high
Gorilla's
gorillas.
a fucking henchman.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I would go with grizzly bear.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I think...
Have you seen the size of a grizzly
Yeah,
bear?
no, grizzly bears are fucking brutal. But I think for pound muscle,
I think a gorilla would be more nimble,
I think...
but I don't think it's as strong.
And gorillas have claws as well, don't they?
Yeah. No.
They do?
Gorillas don't have
No,
claws.
they have fingernails.
They don't have
they
claws.
do, don't they? Yeah.
Bears? You ever seen a bear's
No,
hand?
that's what I was trying to think in my head. So I think the bear would do some serious damage.
That's what I mean. You get one swipe from that bear and it's fucking game over.
If you watch Revenant, Leonardo DiCaprio kicks the ass of a bear. He doesn't really, gets destroyed. But
You need to stop using movies as references.
I don't.
They're not real.
They're real.
They're not
They're
real.
absolutely real.
You can't live your life thinking that things in movies are real.
You're telling me Sharknado isn't a documentary?
I've seen various Sharknados. Like, sharks take over a small inland Texan town.
These things
Sharks take over the town.
Have you seen the episode of Simpsons where you find that dolphins are overlords come onto the land and take over everything? Okay, no, I'm going gorilla.
I'm going bear. Rob?
Bear.
I think bear.
Because of the claws.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think it will fuck it up.
I think if you was toe to toe, a bear and a gorilla was toe to toe, the bear,
like
yes,
a silverback, like a big fucking...
a bear, doesn't...
Gorilla.
It usually walks on all fours, but if that got up on its back legs and whacked you, mate, it'd fucking take your head off. It wouldn't be the monkey.
Yeah, but
the gorilla.
I'd take my head off.
Yeah, but I don't think it would with the gorilla. I think it would with the gorilla as well. I think if the gorilla hit the bear wouldn't really... But it could hit it more because I think it could run round it.
What would win? A saber-toothed tiger or a wolf?
I don't know, because saber-toothed tigers are not real.
A tiger or a wolf?
They're different animals.
I know they are, but so is a fucking bear and a gorilla.
Yeah, but they're more...
They're alike.
Comparative.
They're alike. Like a big fucking Alaskan black wolf.
I'm going to go tiger.
Rob?
I'm going to go tiger. Purely because a tiger hunts that way, whereas a wolf...
So do wolves.
Yeah, but it does not in the same...
But wolves would hunt in packs, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's only one wolf. So then it's already at a disadvantage. It's used to having its boys there.
It's fair to say if you went hyena and black wolf.
No, like a fucking black wolf would...
What's a black wolf?
They're the big ones.
Oh.
Or just a wolf. Just a big fucking wolf, right? But hyenas are like little chihuahuas in comparison.
Are they?
Yeah, but hyenas are fucking horrible.
Yeah, they're a pack.
I've got a hyena on Call of Duty. That's my finishing move. If you crawl up behind someone and it whistles the hyena...
In my head...
And the hyena comes and savages it and rips its neck
The
out.
music from Mad World by Gary Jules just started playing when he said that.
I don't know what that means. But I used to have a German Shepherd to do the same thing, and he'd whistle it and it'd come. Now I've changed to the hyena. That was just a thing.
Get a grizzly bear.
You can get a grizzly bear outfit, so you can wear a grizzly bear.
Do that. Find someone wearing a gorilla outfit.
But have a fight.
Have a fight.
But I don't know. How long have we got, Rob?
We're done nearly.
Have we done?
Are we done?
Now already.
Have we had any viewers
Yeah.
on the live?
Can you lie and say we've
Have
had
we got
like...
comments?
Smith's commented a bit.
Who has?
Vicky Lee Smith.
Have we got any comments?
She
Like
said she's
viewers?
just come back and she's not sure what on earth you're up to.
If you've missed today's
It's just
podcast,
people watching.
That's cool then.
it. No, I'll do it.
hello viewers.
Hello, viewers.
How do you do?
They probably can't hear us. That's why.
Yeah, they're just watching us. I'd be interested to hear
We will sort it.
the opinions. I'm going to Photoshop a shark onto a lion and vice versa.
Do a side to side.
And put them on our Instagram.
Yes.
And also going to Photoshop.
And make sure it's fair.
Arresting.
Don't make it more make it so it's like fucking stupid.
I will
liars.
use the same proportions.
You've got to
equally.
think
I'm
it's
saying,
its flippers can hold on.
how are the flippers going to hold on when the body's out there?
Because it does this.
You're a fucking
Folds
idiot.
him in.
No.
Yes.
No.
The same way a lion would sit over the
Think
back.
of it like a child hugging a Pavarotti, right? like someone or like a sumo wrestler.
Wait a minute. Think about a child hugging Pavarotti.
Like not now because he's
No,
been dead for like 20 years.
I'm still not.
But they won't get their arms all the way around him. They'll just be holding on.
I'm
like
not
this.
saying he's giving it a hug. I'm saying it's a way of holding on. It's not just going to balance on the back.
I don't buy this.
This is what you're going to stand it up on its tail and go, "This is fucking stupid. I told you it was bullshit."
I'm not going to do that because that just doesn't.
Not
make
now,
sense.
because I've called you out on it, but I bet you would have.
I'm like
Fucking doing a back fucking
in
headstand.
Sharky and George. Did Sharky used to walk? He did, didn't he?
I think so.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, on his fins.
Yeah. What was George?
I mean, he's just a fish.
Was he just a fish? For those that don't know, we're really old. that's all the only way I can answer
Sharky
that.
and the George. That was the theme
That
tune,
was the
wasn't
theme
it?
tune.
And there was underwater. Wasn't they underwater as well?
It's a shark.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I
wasn't
don't
in
think
space.
George was a fish. Was he? Was he a little fish?
Yeah, it was a fish. What the fuck is that?
That's Sharky with his massive shark nose.
What was he pink?
Has he got a hat on?
Of course he's got. It's a cowboy hat.
No, like a trilby.
He's a
Obviously.
detective, isn't he?
He was.
There
Yeah,
was
they were.
detectives.
Detectives of the
So
Sea.
it was a detective.
It was in the song.
It was his hat. It
No,
was
it was Crime Busters of the Sea.
Crime Busters of the Sea.
Yeah, so
Yes.
they were
Sharky
and
and George. Crime Busters of the Sea.
So they were in the water. There we go. But yeah, so I'm going to put up.
It was better than SpongeBob. Just saying.
I mean,
It's true.
I don't remember Sharky and George enough.
Compared to SpongeBob SquarePants.
I mean, he lives in a pineapple under the sea.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
That was so loud. That was so loud.
We need to sign off because I think I'm losing my mind.
We do. Thank you for if you watch live especially, and you stuck with this.
Thanks for hanging in there.
If this is your first time, please come back.
It's this is probably the best one we've ever done.
I think after we got past the Corona bullshit,
I think this is better than the Black Lives Matter podcast.
It was all fire.
I think this is the amount of education that's gone on in this.
Honestly,
in
and
this podcast.
you know what? I'd like to think that people will leave this and go into work tomorrow and say,
gorilla or a bear?
Lion on a shark or shark on a lion.
Please do that.
We're starting conversations here. I feel like if you go on a first date as well, this is a good first date question. If you're like,
it depends how much you'd like to argue. Like
well,
me
no,
and you.
but if you're like me and you're vehement in your opinion,
then it's not a good first date
it
conversation.
is because then you need to make sure. I know I can't date you now.
Because I disagree with you.
But it's not that you disagree with me. It's how fundamentally you disagree and your logic is so flawed.
No, it's not.
Just I know
not.
if we can't agree on this in a relationship, things just
I also think that it's a conversation that would never end because there's no way of proving it.
I mean, we could try and prove it. Next week on After the Devil.
Is there any scientists watching?
If there is.
Can you do like a...
Or zoologists.
I'm sure there's like a program that can put all their attributes in.
We'll do our version of Mythbusters.
If anyone's got a shark or a lion...
or a lion.
And a lion.
I mean, we need both.
Or a grizzly bear and a gorilla that we could borrow.
We could use a tiger for the lion as well.
We don't mind coming to you.
Yeah.
I don't really want a lion, more so a shark.
In transit.
In my kitchen.
Yeah.
But we're happy to come to you if you do work at the zoo. And you do happen to have sharks.
And having a large aquarium.
To be fair, they've got to kind of be similar size. Because otherwise it's not fair.
No, this is the thing you can't... I'm saying a standard shark and a standard lion.
A standard shark isn't 1100
kilos. I'm thinking like a great white.
But you didn't specify, you just said a shark.
Dude,
what if it's like a basking? Basking sharks are fucking massive, they're like whales.
Carol Baskin.
Not
not that bitch.
You still haven't watched it.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
I still haven't watched it.
It's not that good.
We need to sign off, I think I'm drunk.
Okay.
Somebody has just mentioned animal top trumps.
Why is that a thing?
Oh, no, but it could be a
That's
thing.
what you're doing, isn't it?
Like, what wins, this animal or that animal?
Yeah, but there's no... What it basically is an animal argument.
But if it's top trumps,
it's not top
then you
trumps.
need stats, so you need reach,
That's what I'm saying.
and height and weight.
We're just arguing. It's all we're doing.
What would win? A grizzly bear with nunchucks.
Right.
Or a gorilla with a sword.
Say that again. So a
grizzly bear with nunchucks.
Yeah.
But the gorilla's got a sword.
I think the gorilla.
Because of the sword?
No, because a bear's not as ambidextrous.
Yeah,
they're not as good. Like, they're not as mobile.
What would be an appropriate
You've seen a bear's hand.
What would be an appropriate bear weapon?
Like a piece of wood. Like a tree.
Like a tree?
Like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, like a piece of 2x4.
2x4.
Something big.
With an American flag. And
something big that it can hit you with. Do you know what I mean? Like
I still think gorilla.
I'd imagine a gorilla would be like...
I bet in history a gorilla and a grizzly bear have had a fight.
I don't think they have, because if they did, this would never be a question.
Historically, yeah, but just because we don't know about it doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
I think gorillas are more intelligent than to pick on a bear.
We need to
what would they achieve by having a fight with a bear?
Territory.
No.
Territory?
They're not... No.
They're both territorial.
Bears are majority vegetarians also.
But they eat humans. Like, not often. Anyway, we're going to sign off.
Go.
Thank you for listening and watching. If you watch live, especially if you are watching this after.
If you watch live, thanks for hanging in.
Yeah, genuinely, we really appreciate it. This will be on YouTube.
Yes, YouTube
with better quality audio. Spotify, iTunes,
Apple Podcasts.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
by
iTunes, Apple Podcasts,
and
basically anywhere you can get a podcast.
I don't think anyone listens to us on any of the other ones.
No,
There's like Spreaker and Deezer and shit like that as well. But I think it is like Spotify or.
Just get the Apple.
That's a picture of a gorilla.
That's not a real picture.
That's a real picture.
Is it? Fuck.
That's on Wikipedia.
Bullshit. Oh well.
Can you put that up on the screen during the latter part of the conversation?
If you go to YouTube and you find our page, Archer and the Devil, if you press subscribe, it is free.
It is free.
And if you press the little bell button, every time we upload anything, you will get a notification to say,
Art and the Devil have done some shit.
Also, the same as Apple Podcasts. If you download the podcast app, search for our podcast. If you subscribe or follow, is it subscribe?
On which one?
On Apple?
Yep.
Same again, it's free. So literally you can listen to us for free whenever you want. Let us know. Instagram, everywhere that you follow us will cost you zero money. But maximum entertainment.
And helps us. With the YouTube one especially, we can't change our name until we get 100. And we have 400 people who follow us on Facebook.
Yeah. We need 100 YouTube subscribers. But yeah, thank you very much. Peace out.
Cheers.
Keep safe. Don't lick anyone. And
lick everyone.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.